Right, LD, MMAC, this is your boy, the Coach Live on the Coach Show, Live. Okay, folks, I had a question, from a subscriber, and salute to that subscriber. He asked me, do I think Quinton Rampage Jackson, is he a bad father? For the example he said for, Roger Jackson. Okay, here's how I'm responding to this, okay? And my response is this, and not the person who asked the question. This person just had a question. I'm talking about to the online community, period. When is the last time you ever seen your father? Did you see your father growing up? And don't lie and say, oh man, my dad was there, my dad did this. I don't want to hear that, because I know half you dudes are lying. Half you motherfuckers are lying. When the last time you seen your daddy? Okay, let's stretch it out. Moreover, let's say if you are a daddy, when the last time you been to a parent-teacher conference? Hell, when the last time you done picked your kid up from school? When the last time you done spent, daddy, son or daughter time with your child? When the last time you done sat your child, sat him down beside you and taught him about the ABCs of life? When the last time you took your kid out clothes shopping? Because you got a lot of people online who sorry-ass fathers. When the last time you paid child support? You see, here's the thing. You can have your thoughts about Rampage and what kind of father he is, but hell, at least he is there for his son. And it kind of, it's crazy how people think that Rampage, he's supposed to just sit by, right? While his son just go through this alone. He's supposed to sit by and just be condemning him online and all this other mess. No, as a father of Rampage, he's going to help his son legally in the best way he can. I don't blame him. If he was my son, I'd try to help him too. Yes, Rampage is going to get him a good lawyer. And you don't hear Rampage coming out online, condoning what his son did. But you dudes, y'all are stupid if you think this man isn't going to help his son. Yes, he's going to help his son. Yes, his son was wrong. But how many times do you help your kids? If you help them, hell, if you're even around. You ever help your kids when they did something wrong? Or you may have the son that's at school, damn school bully, beating up people for no reason. And your son gets suspended from school, your daughter gets suspended from school. Don't you help them? Don't you still love them? See, it's amazing how people think Rampage is supposed to just, disown his son. And moreover, people are trying to blame Rampage for his son's actions. And let me tell you, have you ever told your kids to do something and they don't do it? You hope that your kids will go out into the world and just, take the lessons you taught them and apply them to make themselves better. Hell, but your kids will fuck it up. They kids. That's what they do. They don't listen to everything you say. They do go out here and mess it up. They do. And sometimes kids do things, and sometimes the parents don't know why they're doing it. Sometimes, you can be there every step of the way. Damn, for my daughter. I taught my daughter from ground up to sun up. I taught her, listen. I told my daughter point blank, when you're in college, if you go to a party, and if you get in trouble for drinking, I'm cutting you off. I taught my daughter this from the time she was able to understand what college was till she got to college. And my damn daughter gets to college. She knocks out a guy's teeth. Now the guy touched her, but she had been drinking. And you know what I did? I taught my daughter a lesson. I didn't go bail her out of jail the first. I let her sit in jail. I let her sit there. But then my fatherly instincts kicked in. You know what? She was wrong. As a father, even though she was wrong for drinking at this point, she was intoxicated when she got picked up. Even though she was wrong and she violated one of my rules, violated the number one rule, then I said, I'm going to cut you off. A day later, I still went down there to go get my daughter because I'm going to help my daughter. I'm going to help my daughter. Even though my daughter was wrong, I still went to go help my daughter. See, y'all understand the logic? Y'all understand what it is I'm talking about? Y'all get what I'm saying? You're going to help your kid. And y'all people think Rampage supposed to sit back while his son go through all of this stuff alone. Matter of fact, his son dealing with a damn concussion. Got kicked in the head, so as a father, you kind of worried about that. Wait a minute, man. My son ain't okay, and he's 25. He can't tell his son, hey, stay home, son. He can advise him to stay home. But at 25, you can't really tell your kids what to do anymore. They're grown. I get it, but at 25, he's still that man's kid. Still that man's kid. Even my daughter, when she was 28, she was with somebody I did not approve of. And I told her over and over, look, this ain't the guy for you. I said, he's not the one. He ain't the one. But, my daughter didn't listen. My daughter didn't listen, and 1,000 lessons later, now she understands why. But what I'm telling y'all is, as a man and as a father, you're not going to allow your kids to go through anything. Any kind of trouble, you're just not going to sit there as a parent. You're going to help your kid. You're going to help your child. And Rampage Jackson, he's, I can even think of what I can think about him as a father. I can think whatever. But you can't say the man is a bad dad and he's there. He may not parent the way you approve of, but he's there. Now, Rampage done said some effed up stuff, man. He done said some really, really effed up stuff, man. And some of that stuff is out in the universe. Now, the one thing I don't like that he said, and he said, my Asian kids, I got to save money for their college. But for my 2 kids here, and, meaning his black kids, he got to save up to get them out of jail. Now, see, that kind of Sambo mentality, that's effed up. But see, now, Rampage, now the words that came out of your mouth, they're starting to come to fruition. Because you're going to have to pay that bail, Rampage. They're going to arrest your son. You're going to have to pay that bail. But see, even though he said that, does that make him a bad father? Isn't he still there for his kid? I know people straight up who online talking about this Rampage situation, calling him a bad father. And I'm talking about these are buddies of mine. They ain't seen their kid in 2 months. They ain't called their kid all week. They separated, they not with the mama no more. They ain't called their kid all week. And I told my one dude, I'm gonna say his name, Jerry. I say, hey, Jerry, you talk to your son this week? Oh, no, man. No, I ain't really had to talk to him, man. Try to call him, man. He ain't, man, he ain't responding to my calls, man. And, when I try to get through that, man, the baby mama always, give me a hard time. Hey, look, man. I said, Jerry, if that's your son, your seed, you mean to say you gonna let some woman, and I said, I had stronger words for him. You gonna let some woman stop you from seeing your seed? Is this what the hell I'm hearing? So you're going to let her stop you from seeing your son and having that relationship with your son. Your son is 11 years old. Excuse me. Oh, man, allergic to fanboys. Your son is 11 years old. This is a crucial time where your son needs you. 11 and up, this is the time you got to start teaching him about a lot of stuff. And you mean to say your funky ass baby mama, your stinking ass baby mama won't let you see him. And you just sit by and take that. I told him, Jared, that's a cop-out. And yeah, I'm saying your name because you're a deadbeat daddy. I ain't finna protect no more of these deadbeat dads. I ain't finna protect no more of these dudes. I say, and if Jared looking at this video, you can come see me. If Jared see this video right now, you can come see me. Okay, you know where I live at. You can come see me. Because you'll get done up. No more protecting these guys, man. Your son over here 11 years old and you gonna let your stinking baby mama tell you that you can't see him. Man, you out of your mind. I'll tear that whole house up. If that's my kid, I will destroy that house to get to my kid. You better believe I'll destroy that house to get to my kid. You out of your mind. Jerry, when last time you paid child support? Oh man, man, I'm trying to get my money back together, man. I'm trying to well, hey man. Hey, but Jerry, you just had your car detailed, man. You had your car detailed. And oh, by the way, Jerry got a nice car. A real nice car. So wait a minute, you can go out here, you can get your car detailed, you can have on a brand new tracksuit, but you can't give your son no child support. See, that's another one I don't understand. But he got something to say about Quinton Rampage Jackson as a father. Oh man, I called him out. I said, man, at least Rampage taking care of his. What are you doing? Oh, see, man, that's different. Nah, how's it different? My kids ain't out here committing no felonies. And I said, man, honestly, your son probably don't even understand what a felony is. So chances of him going out there committing a crime is probably low. But I tell you what, though, let's say if you keep on doing what you're doing right now and you ain't in your son's life, I say I guarantee you your son will be committing felonies by the time he get to be 18 and 19. And then he shut his mouth dead. Can't say nothing, man. You dudes that don't take care of your kids, shut the hell up. There's nothing you can say about this man and how he raised his son. Nothing. You can't say nothing. There's nothing that you can say. Nothing. And I'm saying, if you're not taking care of your kids, if you're not there as a father figure to your kids, if you're not there, period, then you can't even criticize. There's no criticism of Rampage Jackson that you can have. You can't have it. Rampage is taking care of his kids. Ain't no woman had to, take him to court? Force him to pay child support, force Rampage to take care of his kids? Ain't nobody had to do that. Ain't nobody had to do that. You know, maybe in your eyes, Rampage might not be a bad father. I mean, may be a bad father. Maybe in your eyes, he might be a bad father. But damn it, he there. And at least he's there. At least he spend time with his son, even at age 25. At least he's still there. At least his son can call him if he need to ask him about some OG stuff. At least his son can call him. At least he can. I just feel like the relationship between Rampage and Roger, it almost seemed like it's two boys, it's two friends. And you know, I don't know, man. Like my daughter, we ain't gonna be friends. Nah. You ain't finna talk to me, and you ain't finna talk to me like I'm one of your friends. And if you start talking to me like I'm one of your friends, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna snatch up out the chair. Even at age 28, I still snatch my daughter up. I still snatch her ass up. And she know I will too. But see, my daughter don't talk to me like I'm one of her friends. She come at me with a different kind of respect. Padre, well, that's what she called me, Padre. She called me Padre. She come at me with a whole different kind of respect. And you know, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Like, she don't ever come at me sideways or when I'm talking to her. She don't, I mean, my daughter pretty much respects the shit out of me for the most part. And you know, and look, and I'm gonna tell you, I done some messed up things as a parent. I have. I done some things. I have. Like, you know, I embarrassed at school, came to school, and I ain't mean to, but you know, I ain't want my daughter out here dressing like, you know, one of them thoughts in the videos. Man, I came to school one day, and I said, you know, something told me, man, let me go up to this school and see what she doing. Man, my daughter, you know, had on this short skirt. You know, you can damn near see her underwear. And I said, D. She said, Padre. I said, yeah. I said, come on. Man, I snatched her little ass up, gave her the worst whooping of her damn life, whooped her ass. And, you know, I don't think she ain't never tried it again. Because the clothes I saw her leave the house out of. But see, the thing of it is, I whooped her in front of her peers. And I shouldn't have done that, man. I mean, as a parent, I shouldn't have done that. But, you know, I was mad. I was mad, man. She got a whooping right there, man. I took my belt off and started tearing her ass up. Tearing her little ass up. And, you know, and then one of the school officials talking about, you know, you can't, you know, we can report you. I said, get the hell out of my face. You ain't finna raise my daughter. You ain't finna raise my daughter. Evidently, you let her walk around school like this. I said, shut up. Your opinion don't matter. And still kept whooping my daughter's ass. But see, you know, as I think about that, man, I shouldn't have did that. She was mad at me for a long time. But I think she understand it. She understand it, you know. She understand why. But it's kind of how I did it, you know. See, it's things that parents, we do. We don't try to do it. We don't think we're doing something wrong. We just, you know, in our own parental mode. That's just what it is. And we F it up. But for the most part, if there's the parent in the house and he there, what are you going to say? Rampage Jackson, no. Is he the best father? No, but damn, he a good father. He there. Don't criticize the man. The man is doing the best he can. And damn it, he is supposed to help his damn kid. Like, it amazed me. You think he's supposed to sit here and just let his son right away in jail? He's going to help his son. He's going to help his son.